Monkey Studio.
Hello, thank you for listening, Monkey Studio.
What if I told you that a philosophy from 2,000 years ago could hold the key to mastering your life? Imagine having such inner peace and control that no matter what turmoil comes your way, you remain steady and unfazed. Sounds like a dream, right? But it's entirely possible. This is the strength of Stoicism, and in the Daily Stoic by Ryan Holiday, you'll discover exactly how to harness it. Here's the reality. Most of us don't truly direct our own lives. We're often led by our emotions, stressed by external events, and allow our decisions to be driven by pressure. But what if you could change that? What if you could focus only on what's essential and release the rest? This book isn't just about abstract ideas. It's a hands-on guide to living a more meaningful, focused life. The framework of the book rests on 3 core principles. First, there's the discipline of perception. The way you interpret the world around you defines your experience. Learn to see difficulties as chances for growth. Second, the discipline of action. It's not the events themselves, but how you choose to respond that matters. Act with intention and stay true to your values in any situation. Finally, there's the discipline of will. Life is unpredictable, but you decide how to handle its challenges. Build the strength to stay grounded, no matter the storm. Why is this important? Because life is chaotic, and without a method to navigate it, you'll always feel out of control. Stoicism isn't just ancient wisdom. It's a practical toolkit for navigating today's world. The best part, you don't need any background in philosophy to apply it. The book lays out simple, daily steps that anyone can follow. So, here's the question. Are you ready to take charge of your life, to become more resilient, composed, and intentional? If so, this summary is for you. Stick with it, and by the end, you'll have the tools to begin transforming your life. Starting now. Perception discipline in January. Clarity. Clarity is about the understanding of your mind, the way you see the world to live your life. One of the most important practices of Stoicism is to learn how to distinguish what is under your control and what is not. But to do this, you have to educate yourself. When the boredom hits, invest in the knowledge expanding to turn against the TV or roll over the phone. Learn things you don't know. Read books for purpose. This is the essence of learning art. For example, if your flight is delayed or cancelled due to thunderstorms, shouting in the airline will not change the weather. Similarly, no matter how much you want, you can't grow higher or choose the country or family you were born. Recovery in society is a practice called a prayer of tranquility, in which people ask for the strength to change what they can, the courage to accept what they cannot, and know the wisdom. Note the drug addict case. Their past may not be under their control. Perhaps they underwent a traumatic experience in childhood that caused their addiction. But their present is in their hands. They can choose to get rid of this destructive habit and build a better future. The moment you stayed at your past, the trouble begins. But if you intervene, you can get rid of the same problems in the present and live a happier life. Always remember that your past has never been under your control, but your gift is why you want to rob yourself of joy today to concentrate on it. What we can control, our thoughts, activities, and answers. In doing so, we gain clarity and peace, even with life confusion. This is the first step to master the art of life. February. Passions and feelings. Being calm, given the challenges of life, is difficult, but the beauty of life lies here. Not only do those who remain calmly find solutions to their problem, they also avoid creating new ones. Anger is a natural feeling. Everyone feels it. But how good anger? Unnecessarily losing tempering is never productive. Anger does not allow you. This reveals your weakness. In fact, when you are angry, You are likely to make mistakes you will regret later. Have you ever seen a sports game where the player is trying to provoke someone else? They try to distract or disappoint their opponent, hoping to break their calmness. The goal is to make the other player act in anger, causing bad decisions or mistakes that work for them. This is a great example of how emotions, if not controlled, can overshadow your judgment. When you are angry, you lose control. You stop thinking clearly and becoming reactive, not proactively. For example, the legendary boxer Joe Louis. He was often called the ring robot because he remained completely numb during the match. His peaceful behavior even more scared his opponents because it made him seem unpredictable and dangerous. His real power was how he controlled the situation, not how he responded to it. Now think about how you react when someone is trying to claim you. Inside you can think, "Don't tell me what to do. It's my life and I want to live it." We will all believe that we control our lives fully, but the truth is that we often react impulsively to situations. If someone disagrees us, we will be angry. If something goes wrong, we feel sad. The key is to make sure that no matter what happens, we do not allow our feelings to take over. Instead, we need to focus on how we choose to respond, because this is where our true power lies. Stoicism teaches us that, although we cannot always control what is happening to us, we can always control how we react. By learning our emotions, we gain the power to meet every situation with clarity and peace. It is the essence of emotional discipline, a skill that can not only transform how to handle challenges, but also how you live your life. Martha consciousness. How often do you stop and ask yourself, "Who am I?" Is your identity related to your work, richness, or appearance only? Self-confidence is associated with yourself deeply understanding, recognizing your strengths, recognizing your weaknesses, and knowing who really defines you. You are capable of much more than you understand, but underestimating low can lead to a constant comparison with others, allowing you to feel depressed and unfulfilled. On the other hand, it can be just as harmful to overestimate itself, to create unrealistic expectations that you give birth to your ego and make you disappointed with failures. Our ego missed often us. It makes us think that we are something we are not by dazzling ourselves with our true EU. People who live in their ego think they know everything and do not leave space for growth or teaching. As a result, they stagnate and never reach all the potential. Consciousness is not just understanding of who you are. It is also about how to realize your thoughts, actions, and the current moment. The root of consciousness is in the present. It's about living in the present. The past has disappeared, and cared if it does not change anything. The similar future is meaningless because it is not clear. What you control is the current moment. Here is life, and here you can change something. One of the most important practices of Stoicism is to learn how to distinguish between what you can change and what you can't. This clarity creates peace and allows you to focus your energy on what is really important. Not only do you understand yourself better, you also learn how to move your life with your intention and purpose. So ask yourself if you live consciously or allowing ego and external circumstances to dictate your life. The choice is yours. April. Len's thought. When faced with any situation, the key is to think logically, not emotionally, or based on your attachments. This allows you to objectively see the situation and make decisions that are independent and rational. It is the essence of life positively and avoid negativity. Our desires are often a slope for us. They take control, and we have so fed from them that we act without thinking. As Seneca wisely said, "Desire nothing, and you will possess the greatest power." In other words, the real power lies in to free yourself from the chains of endless desires. For example, take money. Wealth persecution can make you a slave to those who have it. Consider the famous fashion photographer Bill Cunningham. Asked why he stopped taking money from magazines to his job, he replied, "If you don't take their money, they can't say what to do." This simple but deep statement emphasizes the importance of independence and objective thinking. Rome's philosopher Cicerone was once asked why he had a different opinion on the same case at different times. He explained that when he saw a new probability or perspective, he was not afraid to change his attitude, even if it was the opposite of his previous views. This flexibility gave him a sense of freedom and growth. The truth is that it is right to change your mind. We are people, and people make mistakes. It is important to recognize these mistakes, learn from them, and move forward, bringing guilt or regret. Errors are the opportunities for growth, not a hassle. Stoicism teaches us to approach life with clarity and separation, without the prelude of emotions and desires. In doing so, we gain the strength to make better decisions, live authentically, and cover the freedom that comes with an objective thought. Part 2. Activity Discipline. In May, real action. They cannot be identified in the appearance. They do not dress like monks, as well as bankers wear expensive suits. Stoically recognize their character and action. Your perception drives your principles and decides what you are looking for in life, but it is your real action to decide whether you will achieve your goals or not. To learn any skills, take the right steps and practice. Comedian Jerry Seinfeld once shared the counsel with a new comedian named Brad Isaac. He suggested keeping the calendar and marking the X on the days when Brad wrote a joke. This simple progress-tracking act strengthens the idea that craftsmanship comes from consistent practice. Over time, the task becomes lighter, and the habit becomes different. The key is to take the first step. When starting, the habit increases speed, and when you've built this habit, don't break it. Proper actions make you a better person. Kindness, gratitude, and positive attitude are qualities that you should be natural. If they do not, practice them before they do. Stoicism is not related to dreaming of philosophy. It's about living philosophical life. Make positive habit and learn how to apply it in everyday life. For example, if you want a good day, do good things. As we have repeatedly emphasized, one of the most important principles of Stoicism focuses on what is under your control. When something goes wrong, does someone hurt you? What is your first reaction? Of course, you might want to take revenge, or seek revenge. But this is not the right approach. Responding with anger or revenge does not solve problems. It creates more. Instead of not answering with kindness, when faced with negativity, choose trade with compassion and understanding. This does not mean that you are weak. This means that you are strong enough to rise above the situation. Not only do you not only improve your life, but also inspire those around you to take the right actions that are rooted in virtue and self-dedicated. Stoicism teaches us that our actions determine us. By practicing the discipline of the right action, we adjust our values and create life with the purpose and integrity. June problem-solving of obstacles and problems is part of everyone's life. The problems themselves cause us pain, but how we do them. Stoic thinking always has a backup plan for each direction of action. According to Murphy's Law, if something can go wrong, it will happen. But Stoic sees the opportunity even during failure. Therefore, Stoic can find problem solutions, including those that they have never expected. What, for example, if a friend gives you? What is your spare plan? Instead of being a betrayal, try to understand why this happened and choose them to forgive. Or imagine you are in prison. Instead of repenting swallowing, why not spend time to become a better person? With a Stoic mindset, we can more effectively address our daily problems and transform challenging situations into growth opportunities. Take another example. You are working on an important project, and due to a technical error, all your files will be deleted. Instead of accusing yourself or disappointing, you are starting to reopen and strive to make it even better this time. This is the essence of solving Stoic problems that focuses on what you can control and use failures as improving steps. Stoicism teaches us that problems are not obstacles, but opportunities to practice persistence, creativity, and wisdom. As we approach the challenges with peaceful and rational thinking, we not only solve the problems, but we also become stronger in this process. July, the duty we were all born in this world with the aim. Each of us has a unique role, and when our time is over, we have the impact of this role. Everyone is born with a different perspective, but what unites us all is our common motivation and goals. Even those we consider bad, for example, or love. Often people who act wrong are not aware of their mistakes until it's too late. Stoics believes that our duty in this world is simple, to live as good people. It is our duty to do well and stay away from evil. Although it may sound like a simple concept, it is not easy. Doing good is not always easy. Every day we face situations that test us, temptations, hatred, anger, and selfishness. Good options are rare, and even when they occur, many people choose to look different. History is a witness to the fact that not only the offense is not only committed. Regardless of whether it is slavery, a Holocaust, or a school shooter, innocent life is lost because others chose to remain silent. So, what do you think? How many times have you experienced some wrong cruelty to animals at home or hooliganism and silent? How often you have turned to the eye and believe it is not my duty to stop it. What I can even do, Stoicism, teaching that our duty exceeds just avoiding violations. It's about active standing against what is right, even if it is uncomfortable or uncomfortable. It is a recognition that every small act of kindness, every position against injustice, contributes to a better world. The next time you come across a situation where you can change something, ask yourself, what is my duty here? After all, it's not just about good, but also good. August. Pragmatism. Perfection is the enemy of action. How often did you expect the perfect moment to start something just to realize that the moment never comes? Most people spend their lives waiting and forget what their goals are or what they really want. We determine the conditions for ourselves. If this happens, I do it. Before we take one step towards our goal, we forget and hesitate. You can catch myself and think, if I could just get rid of the week, then I would start working hard. Or, if I had smart shoes, I would start training. But the truth is that the perfect time never comes. So stop waiting. P.S. Helps and maintaining inner peace is the basis of a Stoic life. The real happiness you have seen comes from the inside. It does not depend on external forces or surrounding chaos. It's about how you perceive and respond to situations, especially those outside your control. The truth is that your happiness and peace are completely in your hands. You can live with joy or sadness. It depends on you. The lessons you have learned here for the purpose of sharing are not through lectures, but through practice. Inspire others through your personality and actions. This is just the beginning of your journey. Take what you have learned and apply it to your daily life. Each day, read a part of this book and remember that connections should not be afraid, but face courage. Thanks to consistent practice and fair motivation, you can achieve your goals today. Nothing can disturb your spiritual peace or turn your attention from your path. Nothing can stop you from Stoici. Thank you for listening to this daily CV from Ryan Hollid. Remember that the real success does not apply to external achievements or material wealth. We are talking about your mind, managing emotions and life with goals. By focusing on what under your control and practice, you can create a peaceful, clear, and satisfied life. If it turns out this is a useful audiobook, like this movie, share them with someone who can use these eternal lessons and subscribe to the channel to have a deeper CV. Let us know in the comments of this CV that abandoned you the most. I want to hear your thoughts. Follow Intellectual Monkeys to have more simple content and inspire you to live. Until the next time, continue your education. Continue to develop and remember that the power of changing your life is in you.
Monkey Studio.
Hello, thank you for listening Monkey Studio.